So I came home to an angel this morning, and it was a beautiful, encouraging experience. This angel was sitting on my bed, and he didn't have any kind of wings, but he was glowing with God's presence. It was like a soft gold color, and his hair was fire. You know, when you see fire resting in the fireplace or burning in the fireplace, and when it's really bright and when it's really warm, his hair was like that. It was long and it was flashing with fire, and you could see the embers in his skin, and his eyes were a beautiful green, like green grass, very green. And he was really big. He was about as tall as I was when he was sitting down on my bed, and my bed is pretty low to the ground. And he was very muscular and had a very gentle spirit about him. He carried this sword, and the sword was a double-edged sword, and it was like silver. It was a silver sword, and it had all these carvings into it. And at the end of the handles went up like that, were these giant rubies. And then down here, it went down like that, there was a giant ruby. And it was a long sword, a very long sword. And he was holding the handle of the sword. The sword was upside down and sheathed, and he was holding the sword, and it was resting against his chest. And he was very relaxed. And when I walked into my room and saw him sitting there, I was stunned because he didn't greet me. He was just there thinking, just, minding his own business. I walked in and I set my backpack down, and I said, "Is there anything that I can do for you? Is there anything you would like to say? How can I help you?" Because he wasn't saying anything. And he looked away, then he looked at me and he smiled, and he was, lifting the heels of his feet, just really relaxed. And then he said this to me. He said, "Negative thoughts always impact tomorrow." He said, "Dear one, when you entertain negative thoughts, you think that it's impacting that very moment." He said the goal of negative thinking is to destroy your tomorrow, and to destroy the next week and the next month and then the next years. Satan attacks you to destroy tomorrow, to destroy your future, to destroy your destiny. So when you are battling negative thoughts, Micah, remember that if you entertain them and don't dismiss those negative thoughts quickly, they will destroy tomorrow. They will rob you of realizing the power of God in your life. How cool is that? So I sat next to the angel, and he scooted over actually, and I sat next to him, and he was watching me with his eyes, his green eyes. He was just watching me, and I looked at him. I said, "Thank you for telling me this." He said, "You had a rough day yesterday." He said, "I'm glad that you reached out to some friends to help you get rid of that negative thinking." He said, "Because if you would have entertained that thought, if you would have allowed those negative thoughts to run wild in your mind, you would have missed this encounter today." So guys, don't let negative thinking rob you from your destiny and what God is going to do in your life. You dismiss it quickly by simply choosing to think of something else. One of the things I say is, "Holy Spirit, help change my mind." And He will do that. Love you guys. God bless you. And I will talk to you later.